Hey guys, 828 Find Adventure here. I'm going to mount a cargo box to the roof rack that I built out of 80/20 on the top of the Tundra topper. I use these Apache cargo boxes you can get from Harbor Freight. I've used them for storing my magnet I use for magnet fishing. I've got a little small one for that. I have a medium-sized one I use for a first aid kit right here. You know, and let me show you that real quick. It's pretty cool. I've got all my first aid in it. Take that on trips, especially long trips or whatever. So then I'm going to use this long one to mount on the roof. It measures, it's about 50, I'm going to say 51 inches long, and it's about 16 inches wide by about 6 inches deep. So it has the most room of most of these boxes out there, and these are really good prices. With all the coupons you get from Harbor Freight and the sales they have with these, just go in there and buy a couple of them when they go on sale if you can, because these work great. Now, especially this one for first aid, you can get them in tan, orange, and black, maybe olive green. I'm not sure. I think I saw one in that, but I like this black color. It's not jet black, it's more of a charcoal, and it'll work great for the storage box on the roof. So let's go ahead and let's figure out how to mount that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this up on the roof. We're going to get it where we want it, and then we're going to figure out where the load bars are. And under those load bars, we're going to mark it. Or should I say, mark it on the box. Now I'm going to get some tape and mark where those load bars are. So you can see here where I have the tape. This is where I marked my load bars, right here. Now I'm going to mark them all the way across and make sure they're parallel. And make sure they're all equal. I'm just going to use a level just to make sure they're good to go. Okay, so this is where the load bars are running. Let's get those, let's make sure those are good. So we got 8 1/4, 8 1/4, 8 1/4. So that's good. So there we are. I'm going to test fit the brackets I'm going to use. So let's set these down. Before I do any drilling, I want to test fit everything to make sure they will go where they're supposed to. I'm going to test fit these. Look at that. We'll go right up under there. You go right up through. The box will sit on top, and then it'll have some lock knobs. I think this is going to work great. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Now, I'm going to mark where I need to drill some holes. We need to check the inside of the box first, and then we can make sure it fits up there. Here's the hardware I'm using. These are 3" by 5/16 bolts. I've got some star washers that'll go under those to keep them from turning when I twist the knob. Got some washers. Got some split washers. The washers in the split washer will go on the inside of the box. Here I have some knobs, threaded knobs. With the split washer, when it locks down, these won't come loose. I might even use a little Loctite on there. Probably the blue, not the red. And these 4 brackets are what I'm going to use to hold the box to the load bars on the rack. These are actually extra pod light attachments. You can get these on Amazon or from I believe it's CBI Off-Road or Prinsu. You don't have to go this route. I just happen to have these, so I'm going to use them for this project. You can also just use a piece of aluminum or a piece of steel and drill some holes in it. It'll work the same way. You know, you can even get like a strip of aluminum at the hardware store and cut it and drill it if you want to save weight. These are steel and powder coated, but like I said, you know, I just happen to have these. You don't need to go to this expense, so don't do it if you don't have to. I'm going to go ahead and paint these black. So first I have to sand them. Now I want to check the inside of the box to make sure there's no obstruction or weird things where I'm going to drill that'll interfere. So let's check that out. Okay, well, I can look right here. I've got nothing, and I've got nothing, so I'll be good to go. I'm gonna place these where I need to drill. Got two right here. I want to place this one right here. Now I've got a Sharpie to mark the holes. Clean up the mess now. There we go. I use this right here, this little awl. It helps open the holes. You can use it in metal, sheetrock, whatever you want, wood, and it has these little blades on it, and it'll widen the hole for you. Works great, couldn't live without it. Okay. Now we have our holes, we can remove these. Just green painter's tape. Works great. Now before I start the project, I want to make sure all of these fit. This right here, can you see that? Works great. Now I'm going to prepare all the hardware, putting the little split washers on there. Okay, these are for the inside. Okay, now that I got the box all prepped, I'm going to put it up here on the rack, gently, even though I made some noise, but you have to be gentle with all the hardware hanging down. If you do it this way, it's really tight under my load bars on my roof rack, so I was just trying to do it the easiest way I could figure out, and you might have a better method, depending on the load bars you have on top of the topper. Now I'm going to check the hardware and make sure everything lines up properly before I start attaching the other knobs to tighten it down. Now I'm going to go ahead and attach the knobs and tighten up the hardware. I'm not going to bore you with all this, so I'm going to fast forward through most of it. You can see where I'm going with all of this, with the knobs, and you can also notice I drilled holes in the knobs. I'll get to that at the end. Moving right along here, you can see the holes drilled in the knobs. I'm going to run zip ties through those, and that'll keep the knobs from backing off with vibration or whatever might cause that. Here's a better look at it after I got the knobs tightened down and all the hardware fixed. You can see it's pretty simple. You know, there's not a lot to it. It's just a way of attaching this type of cargo box to your load rails on your roof rack. And this will work on, you know, even aero roof rack load bars that come on like the 4Runner. You could put this on just about anything. As you can see, I'm just going to put my traction boards in here for now. They fit nicely. I measured before I bought this cargo box and measured my traction boards to make sure they would fit. It will hold more things like some retractable awning poles, different things like that. Recovery straps. I mean, if I didn't put the traction boards in there and I just mounted them somewhere, I could get all kinds of stuff in this box. It holds a lot compared to a lot of others out there that are made, and they cost a lot more. So to make sure these don't untwist in a weird way, you put a little zip tie on those, then they can't unwind by themselves. These can always just be cut off real easy if you need to remove the box. Love zip ties. They're great for everything. That's how I secure those knobs. I drilled little holes in them so I could put some zip ties through. Pretty cool, huh? Well, there it is, folks. Cargo box on the roof. That looks pretty cool. Here's another view. Pretty cool. I don't think I'll put two of these up here. I still want room to put the boats. So I think one will do it for now. You can also see the top of my homemade roof rack. If you have any questions about that, just drop a comment below the video, you know, right below the description. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Alrighty, project complete. Well guys, there you go. That's how you install a cargo box on a roof rack. It'll pretty much fit on, you know, I would say any factory roof rack or aftermarket roof rack. Of course, aftermarket roof racks are stronger, and probably I would recommend those more so. But you know, I think it would mount just fine on a factory rack. But you know, just depends on how much weight you're going to carry. I myself put it on my roof rack. I built my roof rack myself. I have a video on that if you wanted to check it out. So it holds it really well and very sturdy, and it's very rigid. I think it's great having the box up there. It holds my traction boards just fine. They're not Max Tracks. There are some aftermarket type, cheap type, but I don't use them often. So if I was going to use traction boards all the time, I'd probably just have some Max Tracks. They seem to be the best out there from all the demonstration videos I see out of Australia. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it, and it helps the channel grow. I will put some links to the Harbor Freight website where you can go check out these cargo boxes. So do that. You know, Harbor Freight's good for some things and not so good for others. But I like their stuff, and I buy a lot of tools there and a lot of just stuff. But so check it out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. See ya.